Welcome to another episode of
Mac?
And me.
Hi, I'm your host Michael Allen Craig, but you can call me Mac. And this is my assistant Vivian.
Hello.
Today we'll be making bruschetta. Now I'm going to teach you the normal way with using French bread, but I'm also going to show you a gluten-free way. And this we're going to use endives and mushroom tops. So let's just get started here. What I did is I took a whole French bread and I sliced it into about 1/8 of an inch cuts. Now today I'm going to be using a little bit different kind of oil. It's avocado oil with roasted garlic. So I'm just going to be putting a little bit on each one. With a little bit of salt and pepper. So I'm also going to be putting on the same tray these mushrooms. Now what I'm doing is taking off the stems by just kind of wiggling them out. Now it's okay if they break. You can just go in there and dig out the rest. And these I'm also going to be coating with the avocado and garlic oil. So these are going to be roasted mushroom tops with a little bit of salt and pepper. And Vivian, if you could put these inside the oven for me at 350 for 10 minutes. So next we're going to get the endives ready. All you have to do to get these ready is cut off the bottom like so. And you have little serving dishes. And these are just leaves, so they're completely gluten-free. Now the major thing that we use for bruschetta is of course tomatoes. And first we're going to core these by taking out the top. But now the tricky part, you're going to flip it over and you're going to make an X on the bottom. Now the reason we do this is we're going to be concussating these tomatoes. Now concussating is when you get a pot of boiling water and put a tomato like this inside of it. You're going to be letting these sit until you see the skin start to crack. Now when you see the skin start to crack, you're going to take them out and put them in an ice bath, which is just water and ice. And then you're going to be quickly peeling them so there'll be no skin on it. Now that's why we want to put these lines on the bottom. We're going to be peeling it from the lines and just taking it off very easily. Now I already have some of these cooking over here. So as you can see, the skin is already cracking on these. So I'll be putting these all into my ice bath. Now the important thing to do with these is to get the skin off quickly, because right now it's cooling them down, and if they get too cooled, it's going to be very hard to pull the skin off. So you can see how easy the skin is coming off right now. So now that we have our tomatoes nice and concussated, no skin on them, so it's very hard still, and that's how you want it to be. Now we're going to take all the insides out, and for that you're just going to cut it widthwise, and you're just going to scoop it all out with your fingers. So you don't want any seeds in here. As you can see, it's very nice, very clean. Then after you're done with that, you're going to take it and you're just going to dice it up. So you're going to have the tomato, and a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt. You're going to get your balsamic vinegar, and for this amount, hardly anything, maybe a drop or two. So now we've put our balsamic and tomatoes, salt and pepper in here. We're going to begin a little bit of garlic. And that's about all you need for this. So we're just going to put a little bit in our endive. And here you have bruschetta for someone who cannot have any gluten. And what I put on top right there is a little bit of basil, a little bit of chiffonade basil. And so this is a very simple one. This next one is not. This one is just a crostini. Just standard crostini. And put some on top. There's a little bit of basil. That is your standard bruschetta. So our last thing we're going to use is the mushroom top. So you're going to get a little bit of bruschetta, a little bit of basil, and here's your last one. And that one is also gluten-free. So we have 2 gluten-frees and the traditional way. And you can use all 3 of these at your party if you like, just to kind of change things up. And you know, these are great things for a wine party even. And one wine that I really like is the Cougar wines. So here we have our 3 different kinds of bruschetta, 2 of them gluten-free, and a great glass of Cougar wine. So cheers and bon appetit.